Welcome to the Crypto Market Minute. I'm Doug. Let's get to the charts. Looking at the Bitcoin charts here, you can see we've had this big sell-off here, but of course we're in a downtrend, so we always have to assume in a downtrend that the most probable direction is down, right? That's kind of logical. So we came down here, moved sideways for a bit, dropped, moved sideways for a bit, and we've dropped again. We had this attempt to go higher, but you can see, remember we always measure 50%, which is about here. We never even got close to a third of that, so it rolled right on over here after time. So the issue that I wanted to discuss today is just this sell-off here. So you can see huge volume here. We had a good volume here that tried to push it higher, so we'll have to see where it goes from here. But you can see that buyers are stepping up here, that we had this acceleration down, great big bar, and now you're starting to see bottom and tails up here on everything, which means buyers are in these areas stepping up. So every time somebody is selling, somebody comes in and is buying it. That's the thing that can be tricky about this volume stuff. You look at these bars and you see a giant red bar like this or giant red bars here, and you think, oh, that's all just sellers. But remember that you can't just have sellers, that somebody has to be on the other side of every single transaction. So the only reason these are red versus green is the color bar that they are matched up with. So this is a red bar, meaning we have huge red volume, but the reason that it's red is because this is a red bar that it is associated with. This here is a green bar it's associated with, so the volume is green. But all of these bars represent buyers and sellers because you have to have two people to make a transaction, and the only dots that appear on these charts are created with a transaction. So that's something to always keep in mind. But as you can see here, we're starting to slow down. We had this rollover. It accelerated down, as you can tell by the large bars, and now the bars are getting slower or smaller, and the penetrations are getting smaller, so that momentum is slowing down. A lot of volume, which would be expected because we had said in our previous videos here that the 20,000 area is going to be an area of support, and that's kind of where we came down to. We came down to just above 20,000. Now it's slowing down, but none of this means anything until we can see some significant changes in price action, right? Because we are in a downtrend. So we are going to assume the downtrend continues. So if we do the same thing here and we just kind of go sideways for a few weeks like we did over here, that is setting up another leg lower. However, if we were to form some other type of a pattern, perhaps we come in, set a higher low, and then it moves back on up, that's a possible turn. If we were to V reversal here and go right back up into this consolidation, that's a bullish turning looking type pattern as well. That doesn't mean that we've changed our trend, but it is warning of a potential change. So let's flip over and look at the ADA chart. Now, as you can see here with our ADA chart, this is a much more bullish looking chart than the Bitcoin chart was, right? We had the sell off and this bounce when we went sideways as the Bitcoin chart went sideways, but we penetrated further into this move than the Bitcoin chart did. Bitcoin was just going sideways here where we actually broke above, set in a higher low, and started trying to move up. Now, when the Bitcoin chart rolled over, it pulled us with it, but notice the Bitcoin went way down to complete new lows. We haven't even retested the previous low on this ADA chart here. So we're still in this 45 to 65 cent range here, which is much, much more bullish than the Bitcoin chart is. So if Bitcoin can find any type of footing and hold, the chances are that Cardano is going to be moving up because we are in a more bullish position than the Bitcoin or Ethereum charts are. So this is looking very nice. Bitcoin completely fell apart. We paused here at this higher low that was set in a few weeks ago. We are bouncing above that now. So if we can hold here, if we can crack this 50% move area as Bitcoin is remaining weak, that is incredibly bullish, which is boding well for ADA, for Cardano. So let's keep an eye on this and let's see what develops. Remember that this month The Vasil hard fork for Cardano is coming out. That also may be a catalyst why this is holding up more bullishly, because there's a lot of anticipation for that. So good things are lying ahead for the Cardano chart compared to the Bitcoin and Ethereum charts. Well, that's all for this morning. As always, remember to like and subscribe. And of course, if you have questions, leave them in the comments below and we'll get back with you as soon as we can. We'll see you back here on The Grasp.